Formatting messages. In addition to typing an email into Outlook, you can also format an email in much the same way as you would format a document in Microsoft Word or any other word processing program. This means you can change the font type, size, and color, add bullet points, add indentations, and even apply styles. You can apply a font to either an entire email or parts of an email. The choice is yours. Let's create a sample email. To apply a font, click on the Format Text tab in the email message, not in the main Outlook interface. You'll see the toolbars or groups as pictured here. The type of font you're currently using will appear. In this example, you can see that it's Calibri. You can click on the arrow in that window to display other types of fonts that you can use. To change the type of font within an email or for the entire email, simply select the text to be formatted and then select your new font. It's really that easy. Here we can select the text. Now we can use that drop-down menu to change the font. You can select from the list or you can start typing the name of the font to choose one. Let's select the Verdana font. You can see that the font type has changed. Next to the type of font is a box that states the size of the font that's currently being used. In this example, the current font is 11. Once again, you can use the down arrow key to either enlarge or reduce the font size. You can also type in a number into the box. To change the size of the font, simply select the text you want to change and then select the new font size. Let's select this line here and change the size to 14. You can change the entire email or just a portion. The choice is yours. You can also use the two uppercase A's beside the font size box to change the size of the fonts you're currently using. Pushing the larger A will increase the font size by 1 for each time it's clicked. On the other hand, clicking the smaller A will decrease the font size by 1 for each time it's clicked. You may want to select text to boldface, italicize, or underline a section of text. The boldface command in Outlook 2013 is represented by an uppercase boldface B. Italics are represented by an uppercase italicized I, and underline by an uppercase U with a line underneath it. These buttons are located directly below the font type window. To add italics, boldface, or underlining to any portion of a text within an email, select the desired text, then click on the appropriate button. B for boldfaced, I for italics, or U for underline. Next to the commands for boldface, italics, and underline, you'll see an ABC with a line through it. This is for strike through. When clicking on this button, it will put a line through any of the text you've selected. Next to the strike through command, you'll see the X with a 2 beneath it. This simply puts smaller text below the text line of the normal text. You can see how this is formatted if I select this word and click on the button. The next button across is the opposite, which puts the smaller text above the text line. This makes creating footnotes easier than it had been in previous versions of Word. You can see this by selecting this word, then clicking on the button. These terms are called subscript and superscript. The uppercase A and lowercase a that are situated by the side allow you to change the case of the selected text. You can change them from lowercase to uppercase or vice versa. You can toggle the case or select other common capitalizations. Changing the font color is as simple as changing the font. Look for the uppercase A with the bar underneath it, as you can see here. Select your text and then click on the button to choose the color that you want to apply to the selected text. Now you can select the color. You can also highlight selected text. To the left of the font color button, you'll see a lowercase ab with a marker near it. This is highlighted yellow. Simply select the portion of the text you want to highlight, then click on the button and select the color of highlight that you want to apply. To clear formatting within an email or a specified portion of text, simply select the text and then click on the A with the eraser beside it. It's located to the right of the two uppercase A's that allow you to increase or decrease the font size. By selecting the text and clicking on this button, it will remove all formatting done to the text and leave you with the default font and font size for the email. As with all word processing programs, You can align left, right, center, or justify your text. You can do one of these things to a portion of the text or to the entire email. The left alignment aligns all text to the left. Center alignment aligns it into the center, and right alignment aligns it to the right. Justify text adds spacing between words so it fits into a specified size. To use these, simply select the text you want to align and then click on the appropriate button. When you change the line spacing, you change the space that appears between every line of text in a paragraph. Word adds a space below each line. To set line spacing, go to the Format Text tab, and then to the Paragraph group. Click on the button with the two arrows next to it, which is line and paragraph spacing. You'll then see line spacing values. 2.0 represents double space, 1.0 represents single space. If you don't see the spacing you want, click on line spacing options. Enter your values for the line spacing in the box and then choose a line spacing method. At least is a minimum value. However, Word or Outlook can ignore this value and add more space if it's necessary, so that it can make room for bigger fonts or graphics that appear on the same line as that text. Exactly means that it doesn't adjust the spacing. It gives the exact line spacing that you specify. Multiple is what you should use to enter line spacing values that aren't listed in the line spacing drop-down list, which we showed you earlier. If you want to set the line spacing to 4 in the at box, choose multiple. You can delete text by using the backspace and delete keys, but you must remember that backspace removes characters to the left of the cursor and delete removes characters to the right. To delete blocks of text, select the text to be deleted and press either the backspace or the delete key. You can move selected text by holding the left mouse button and moving the cursor to a desired location in the email. When moving text, a small box appears near the mouse pointer and the cursor turns into a broken black line. You can position the cursor in the place you want the text and release the left mouse button. If I wanted to move this word here, I would select it, click and hold the mouse button, and then drag it to where I want it to move to. You can see the black line moves to where the email word will be placed. The types of lists that you can create are really simple and easy to remember. Bulleted lists have bullet points, numbered lists have numbers, and outline lists can contain letters and numbers. We're going to learn how to create all three. To create a list, select either bulleted or numbered list button, whichever you need. If you want to create a list with existing text, select the text you want to make a list with. To create a list, either select the bulleted or numbered list buttons, which are shown at the top of the Format Text page in the Paragraph group. You can see the first button is for a bulleted list, the second button is for a numbered list, and the third is for an outline. To create a new list, put the cursor in the email where you want to create the list. Click either the bulleted or numbered list button, and then start typing. A nested list is defined as a list with several indentations in the text. Nested lists are often used for outlines. To create a nested list, click on the third option in the Paragraph group. It's called Multi-Level List. You can then select the type of list that you want. You can then start typing and then click on the indentation button to move it in or out of the list. You can click this button Increase Indent, which moves it in a level. You can click the Decrease Indent button to move it back to where it was. You can change the formatting of the bullets or numbering by using the arrow beside the bulleted or numbered list button, then making a selection from the drop-down box. If you click on this button, you can see the different formats for numbers. Or you can click on the button next to the bulleted list to see the different formats for bullets. Once you create a list, you can also sort it alphabetically, either ascending or descending. There's no need to worry about putting things in alphabetical order as you type. Outlook 2013 will do this for you. To do this, create a list as we've just mentioned. Select the list or parts of the list to be alphabetized. Click on the Sort button, which is the A to Z button here, and then complete the dialog box. For this example, we'll leave it as Sort by Paragraphs, Type as Text, and you can either do ascending or descending. Let's leave it at ascending and click OK. You can then see how the list has been sorted in alphabetical order, from E, then to I, M, and then N. Indenting paragraphs simply allows you to set different margins for different lines of text. You have several options for indenting paragraphs. The first line. This controls the left boundary for the first line of the paragraph. Hanging controls the left boundary for every line in the paragraph except the first one. Left controls the left boundary for every line in the paragraph, and right controls the right boundary for every line. To indent paragraphs, you have two options. Option 1 is to go to the Format Text tab on the ribbon. Select the indent buttons in the paragraph group, as you can see here. These allow you to indent left or indent right. The indentation increases each time you click on the button. The other option is to click on the arrow on the Paragraph Group Options button at the bottom right of the group. Click on the Indents and Spacing tab. From this dialog box, you can set indentations. Just as you can add a border or a colour to an entire page, you can also add a border or colour to an entire paragraph or group of paragraphs. To do this, select the Format Text tab in the ribbon. Click on the Borders button in the paragraph group. A drop-down menu will open and allow you to select what type of border you want. Style refers to the format of your paragraph. Outlook offers several quick styles that you can use. These include headings, no spacing, subtitles, emphasized text, list paragraph, and even more. To apply style, go to the Format Text tab on the ribbon and go to Styles group. You can see here there are some styles in the white boxes. You can scroll through these styles to find the one you want to use, or you can click the arrow in the Styles options to select the one that you want. If you hover over the style, you can see the text we've highlighted will change to preview that style. Getting to know the different styles and what they do to your text is a matter of using Outlook 2013 frequently. You can also apply a style to an entire email or individual lines as well as paragraphs.